We are a week away from jumping in the hot tub time machine and going back in time to play the 2020 Voyageurs Cup final. Yes, it's a Canadian championship. Yes, it's going down at Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton. The first game ever between local rivals Forge and Toronto FC. Looking forward to that. Next Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, our coverage kicks off. Gareth Wheeler, Oliver Platt, and look who's joining us, the one, the only head coach of Forge FC, Bobby Smirniotis. As a Scarborough guy, you're from the Toronto area. You're now converted, or you have converted, I'm assuming, into a Hamiltonian. Is this an awkward matchup for you? Tell us about the emotions you'll be going through next weekend.
Yeah, I think all around it's a fantastic matchup. The matchups we want, and when we look at the culture of the sport and what we're trying to grow in this country through the CPL and everything, I think these are the matchups we want. We know there's a great rivalry between the cities of Toronto and Hamilton on different ends. We look at the two other sporting clubs that are involved with both of our organizations, the Hamilton TiCats and Toronto Argos, and the tradition that goes along with that. So I think it's only fitting that we get this game, even though it's back from 2020, on the road and get ready for next week.
But Bobby, I know the circumstances are a bit strange, but you've got 90 minutes here to be the first CPL winner of this competition in history. We know you've been first in a lot of categories in the CPL's history, but what would this one mean?
Yeah, I think it's something that's very big. You know, we've got two trophies in our cabinet at Tim Hortons Field, and we want to add to that. It's part of the culture of what we're trying to build here at the club, and you know, we've given ourselves an opportunity way back in 2020 for the chance to play for another trophy. And you know, and anytime you play in 90 minutes, that's what you're doing, and that's what you're going to be focused on.
The fans are going to play a big role. There's players within your side as well who obviously have connections to Toronto FC as well. Is there going to be a little bit more in this one based upon the atmosphere we're expecting, as well as how like a lot of your players like have that connection with Toronto FC?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the game in general. You have some players like Ashton Morgan who have spent the majority of their career at TFC. Guys like Kyle Becker who know the club very well, and I think that makes it for something very special on a personal level for some of the players. You know, on the flip side, it's a match of 90 minutes. It's a match of 90 minutes that each team has to figure out their best way and their tactics to go out there and try and raise a trophy. Because in the end of the day, that's what history will show. You know, at 9 p.m. or whatever that time is that the final whistle goes on June 4th, and you know the club's name will be engraved on the trophy, and we want that to be Forge.
We know there's a lot of new faces in your squad this season, Bobby, maybe more so than usual. You have a brilliant performance at Halifax, followed by obviously a disappointing one in Montreal. Just in your assessment, based on the whole picture of what you've seen so far, where is the team right now in terms of its development?
Yeah, I think as a team, I think we've built a very good squad. I think I've said it in the past, you know, as a CPL team, you probably got a lifespan of about 2 to 3 years. We extended that with 3 years and having a lot of success. And now we've had some turnover in the squad, but we're very confident in the team we've put together. You know, the unfortunate thing to begin this season is just some injuries to key players, and a lot of them to our back line, which hasn't given us a lot of consistency in pulling certain players, let's say, out of position. And Alex Janssen, who's a fantastic midfielder, for me, the best pivot six in the CPL, having to play center back. So we're moving a lot of pieces. We're integrating new players. But to be honest, we've played some fantastic football, you know, apart from Wednesday night in Montreal, which is very uncharacteristic of us. And those performances come along. We've been playing very good football this year, and I've seen a lot of good progress in the squad.
I also think it's really cool that this game is going to be played in the Hammer. Like, it's in your stadium. Is there going to be a rallying cry this week, a reminder to all of Hamilton to get their you-know-whats down to the stadium and put on their orange kit?
So, you know, we've given our supporters and our fans a lot of great moments at Tim Hortons Field. Here's another one, and not only just for the fans and supporters that have been there, but all of the soccer community of Hamilton. We know that they can show up. We know that they're loud. We've seen it at big games of ours in the past. We've seen it with the national team at Tim Hortons Field. So that's what we're looking for on June 4th. We're looking for that place to be as packed as possible and to be as loud as possible for the team in orange.
We're starting to see more and more of these CPL versus MLS matchups, obviously, through the Canadian Championship, Bobby. How much do you enjoy these games and just getting the chance to test yourself, not just a team, but also as a coach against these teams?
Yeah, I think it's always great when you get to test yourself outside of league competition. You know, it's one thing I take a lot of pride in for our whole team and what we've done in the past 3 years, and in playing. You know, I think it's about 21 games outside of the CPL, between CONCACAF League, Champions League, and games against MLS competition, along with this one coming up. I think it makes you better. It tests yourself at a different level. It makes you think a little bit differently than having to see the same opponents, you know, 4 times during the year. So it tests you as a coach, your staff, and it tests the players always to be a little bit better, and also to be prepared for something that's a little bit more unknown.
Bobby, 2 more very important questions for you quickly here. I joked around Hot Tub Time Machine. 1, have you seen that film? 2, do you believe in time travel?
I've not seen the film, probably seen parts of it. Time travel, not sure I'm there yet.
You're not sure you're committing to believing. It's kind of like UFOs. It's going to be a slow burn, won't it?
I love the moment. I love the game that's coming up, and only the game that's coming up. So
Great
I love
answer.
living in that moment.
Great coach, great answer, great interview. Thanks, Bobby. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Head coach of Forge FC next Saturday. Forge TFC, the 2020 Voyageurs Cup. Canada back in action as well. The men's national team, the CONCACAF Nations League, kicks off. Curacao at BC Place, June 9th. June 13th, away at Honduras, another familiar opponent. You can watch both games right here on One Soccer.